Hey YouTube, I'm gonna get right into it because y'all know I don't waste no time with no technological foreplay. Um, I recently got my hair done at Iman's braids, love them, and I'm sitting there and I'm talking with some other females. You know how you do when you go to the hair salon, ladies, or nail salon or what have you, and you're talking to other ladies. And once again, I came up on a topic, and if any of you follow my blog page, Courtney Omega blogs.spaces.live.com. The address is on my description page as well if you want to check it out. I tackle this subject all the time. And like I said, I don't get involved in other people's conversations. But when I'm asked to put my input in, I put my input in. And on top of that, I'm always on, YouTube, and I'm taking people's ideas from, other topics that were discussed, and I'm seeing what are hot topics, and if someone contacts me about something, then I respond to it. Um, Recently I'm at a salon, and there is a woman there, and she professes, not really proudly, but, quite loudly, that enough to be heard, that she's been with a lot of men. And she said, over 50 or 60. So, and I'm not passing judgment. Again, like I said, I'm not into anybody's conversation. I'm just at the salon, so I hear it. But what startled me later on was that when talking about Reggie Bush and Kim Kardashian, she said, oh, Kim Kardashian is a hoe. And when talking about Corinne Steffens, some of you may know as Superhead, she said, oh, she's a hoe. And I think that's really something. That's really interesting. That someone who just professed not 10 minutes ago that they've been with over 50 guys can call someone else a whore. What is that? I've asked many people, because this is not the first time that has come up. This debate has come up. And like I said, from just being in college or, with friends, sometimes even just random conversations here or there, I, ask people what is their definition of a whore. And let me tell you, I have never gotten two of the same answers. Maybe from some guys I have, oh, a woman that sleeps with a lot of men. But even that, the number changes. For some men, it's 10 or more. For some men, they say, oh, 20 or more guys. For some people, they say, oh, if a woman has slept with members of the same family. Some people say, oh, if a woman has slept with, friends or people that know each other. People say, oh, if a woman has slept with a man just for money. And that, my friends, is the technical definition. But unless you know that person and you know for a fact that they slept with someone for money, how are you going to pass judgment on them? That's just something that's really peculiar to me. And I always say, and like I told you, I have a daughter, and this is why it's so important, and it stops with the parent. When I hear my niece, use terms about other women, I cut her off because, I say you don't call other women a whore because in somebody's book, you're a whore. In somebody's book, all women are hoes, are destined to be hoes. Y'all have seen these videos on here. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. The men that post up and they get on these soapboxes and, they have very disparaging and insulting things to say about black women. And they feel that, basically because all women are whores, when you're born of a whore, that makes you a whore. And they say this about all black women, which is even more discouraging. But like I said, I don't use the word. It stops with me. I don't use the word hoes. Because like I said, in somebody's book, I could be a hoe. And I'll be danged. So I don't use it. But I found that to be a rather peculiar situation. Enough about that. Going on to people on here just lying. You know, I look, like I say, at other people's videos, and they talk about their aspirations, their education, their accomplishments, and then just by even doing the quickest of browses down their description page, or just even checking their vocabulary, it's obvious you ain't been in nobody's school, sweethearts. Okay? And it's also obvious that most of y'all not working with nothing up top or below, if you know what I'm saying. But you can lie on internet or what have you. And most people are not going to do the research and check behind what you're saying. But I do. Because, like I told y'all, I'm living a dream. So that's just nothing but time and opportunity on my hands. And on top of that, my degree is in journalism. So I'm a bit newsy. Philly word, Philly alert. I'm a little newsy by nature. So people do not be getting on here and lying, because you know what? It's going to be one of these nights where I'm real bored, and I'm just going to start calling some people out, because I make people just keep it real. And believe me, I have lost many of friends and even, family members that distance themselves because I refuse to just listen to lies. You're not going to sit up here and talk like, you are doing or have done so many of these great and extraordinary things when I know the truth. And the truth ain't hard to find. Like I say all the time, you'd be surprised on what you can find just by plugging in things in the search engines on Google.com or Yahoo.com or MSN.com or AOL.com. Just picking up a book and looking at definitions. Y'all be surprised. So arm yourselves always. Arm yourselves with education always, because that other stuff will fade, but a good mind, like I always say, a good head is hard to find. And good head fades. It takes longer for it to fade. It's getting late. So my time is running out. I'm slipping. But I just had to put that on blast. Like I said, since I just came from the situation and overheard this conversation. And when I bring y'all stories, they're true, they're real, and I definitely want to hear your feedback. I know it's a touchy situation or subject. A lot of people don't like to touch it because, again, you don't want to be judged. But I say the best way to not be judged is to not judge. It's simple as that. All that hoes and bitches and let that stuff go. Because in somebody's book, you're a hoe. In somebody's book, you're a bitch. That's all. Bye.